Welcome to Hastings High School wrestling fans. Today we have a great match here. We have the Hastings Raiders versus the Prior Lake Lakers. Both top 15 teams in the state in AAA rankings. My name is Kyle Kreiser, and next to me is Mitch Sheeman. Mitch, what do you think about today's duel?
Hey, I'm excited to watch this one. We got the Hastings and the Prior Lake Lakers. They're evenly matched. It's going to be a close match. A lot of important matches as you go through there. It's going to come down that flip is going to be very important here.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Coach. And along with that, I also think that bonus points are going to be huge in this duel. There are a lot of matches that could go either way in this match. Prior Lake comes into the duel with 4 state-ranked kids, and they're hoping to get bonus points out of all those guys. Hastings has just a couple, but very solid dual meet team. And again, like Coach Mitch said, we're going to have some very close matches that come down to the coin flip. So I'm excited to see what happens. Coach, you got any predictions before we get started here?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this first matchup between Blake at 106 here, and I just kind of want to see how he stacks up against those top in the state, because he's having a great year, wrestling really hard. I'm really excited about that match.
Yeah, I agree with you. We start off with absolute fireworks. We have Alan Kaler from Prior Lake. He is the #1 wrestler at 106 in AAA, going against Blake Beisel, who is currently ranked 8th in AAA. Blake's been at 106 all year. He's beaten Parker Leiden from Forest Lake, Gunnar Mullen from Cottage Grove, and along with 2 other wrestlers that are state ranked in AA. Whereas Kaler's been at 113 all year and cut down for this duel. So he's definitely wanting to start off this duel with a bang. I think that's key, to start off this duel and not give up bonus points. And then as we go down the line, we have some great matchups. I think 113 is going to be crucial. Trzynski versus Peterson. I think 138 is going to be key to juniors. Berggren versus Svoboda. I also think there'll be some great matches at 182 with 2 seniors, Sagi versus O'Connor. And then again, there's a little chess match at 195 and 220. Who are they going to put out there? Who is Hastings going to put out there?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Coach Hanneberg, he's got a lot of flexibility within this team. He can throw different guys out depending upon how those wrestlers match up. It'll be interesting to see how he does, or what he does down low, and then also up top.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of respect for Prior Lake. They do things the right way, much like the Raiders. They build from within. Their kids program is successful. Their middle school program is successful. And you can see the fruits of that labor. Their successful program year in and year out. And I get a lot of that credit goes to Coach Block. His son is actually their senior captain this year. He's wrestling at 126 or 132. They might kind of put him either way. Tegan Block, who just signed with Northern State to wrestle in college. He's an absolute stud.
Yeah, he's a solid wrestler. I know he's ranked up there in state as well. It'll be fun to watch him wrestle. But again, how do we match up against him? Can we wrestle smart? Can we save those team points as much as possible?
Yeah, one other match I want to highlight is at 160. I think this is going to be a great match. We have Colton Son, a senior, versus Nolan Myers, a senior. Nolan Myers kind of coming back from an injury here. He is a senior captain. He is an all-conference cross-country runner. He's got a great gas tank, just a solid, good kid. And I know Colton's son is a really tough wrestler as well. Both of them been in and out of the state rankings. I think whoever wins that match could dictate the entire dual meet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting here. Nolan, great kid. Man, that kid works. He's just a goer.
Yep.
And he doesn't stop, just keeps going and going and going. He's like that Energizer Bunny.
Yeah. Kind of like you, Mitch.
Yeah.
All right, we have one other match. This is kind of interesting. We have a 120-pounder from Prior Lake, Jackson Mikolajczyk. Hopefully I said that right, that last name right.
I think you nailed it.
All right, sweet. He is the grandson of former Hastings wrestling coach Don Miller. Kind of a cool backstory. Folks, we'll be right back with you, though. We're going to do the national anthem, and we'll go back into this dual meet in just a little bit. All right, we're back here, folks. We're going to do the coin toss quick with our captains. Before we get started, just a reminder, JV will be on one mat. We have the varsity matches on the main mat, and we keep you updated on the team score after each match. We'll also kind of announce match score on the play-by-play as well. Starting off with our first match, as we talked about before, for people that are just tuning in, we have from Hastings, we have freshman Blake Beisel, currently ranked 8th in the state, going against the #1 ranked Alan Kaler, a sophomore from Prior Lake. This is going to be an absolute Awesome first match.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. You know, our lighter weights, we are a younger team. And when you look at younger teams, a lot of times there's a lot of growth in the season, and that's what the Raiders have done this season so far. Lot of improvement when you look at those smaller weights. And Blake Beisel, he's looking fantastic. You know, he's wrestling his best at this point, and I think he's wrestling really smart.
Absolutely. I know Hastings is looking to keep this match close. Prior Lake wants to get bonus points out of this. Kaler is tough. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's a Fargo All-American in 2019. Like I said, he's been wrestling most of the year at 113 and 120, so he's a big 106-pounder. Blake has definitely gotten bigger over the summer. He's been working hard to get stronger, and it shows this year. He's a legit 106-pounder, and he's showing that in his results. So this should be absolute fireworks to get started.
You know, as you look at this lineup, you know, Hastings, like I mentioned, we're a younger team. In Prior Lake, they have quite a few seniors on their team.
Yeah.
You know, they're stacked up top with upperclassmen, and you look at our lineup from all the way from, you know, 106 to 285. We don't hit an upperclassman till 38.
Yeah, and we only have 3 seniors on our lineup. We're a young up-and-coming team, and I think Prior Lake's much the same. You only have 5 seniors. They're going to be good for a lot of years.
Yep.
Here we go. The match at 106, Kaler versus Beisel. Let's get started. Kaler quick on the head, trying to control those ties.
Let's see if Blake can control a wrist here.
Gets head in the whole cradle here. Gets the quick 2, go behind. 2 takedown for Prior Lake.
Yeah, but that was smart there by Blake because he was in a tough position there. Nice escape there.
Cuts him, gives him 1. He's back on that single right away. Potentially dangerous, back to the middle. It is 2-1 early on with 1.5 minutes left. Kaler quick on a shot. Blake looking to sprawl here. Brings him up. And almost finished there. Got the 2 here.
He's got a belly out.
Yeah, Blake bails out. Doesn't give up any more bonus
go.
points. Smart there. It's 4-1 Prior Lake with about 1 minute to go. And this is one position Blake has gotten a lot better at in that bottom position.
Yes.
Able to get away with that. He's got a quick tilt. Trap that arm. He gave him 2 bonus points, a quick 2 count on that. It's 6-1 Prior Lake.
Yeah, he's just trying to control those wrists as he gets that turn.
Back to his feet. It's 6-2. They're off the mat with 37 seconds left. It's 6-2 Kaler. .30 seconds to go here. Blake in on a shot. Quickly backs out. Ooh. Nice re-shot on that. Wow. To that far ankle.
That was slick.
There you go. 2 takedown. Nothing yet. Holy cow. That was slick. Way to fight off that, Blake.
Oh, he's in the
Gives
tough
him the
position.
2. There's short time with a head and inside cradle.
He's got to battle that lock. About 5 seconds left. Just hold on here. Don't get any points up.
Time is up. They gave no near fall on that. That's huge. It's 8-2 after 1. Hastings defers. Prior Lake chooses down.
And just as a reminder to our listeners, you know, if a wrestler scores more than 8 points, that's a major decision. That's bonus points. You know, once they hit that 15-point mark, that tech, they get an additional point up to 5, and then a pin is worth 6 points.
Yep, absolutely. There's a caution on Hastings here. Quick on that single, not letting him up. Potentially dangerous, they'll restart. I think it's key that he rides him out here.
Yeah.
If he can hold him down, prevent him from scoring, and you kind of just wear a guy down if you can ride him for a long period of time. We're back in referee's position.
Yeah, make him carry that body weight.
Absolutely.
You know, that's a tough thing. Looking for a Granby roll here. He's got to lengthen out. Lower
Catches
those
that
hips.
back leg. Nothing yet. Nothing yet.
I'm going for that 3/4. You know, that was a smart decision by Blake there, lengthening out and up down on a single here. Okay,
Still riding tough with 90 seconds left here.
Boom. What a great scramble there by Blake Beisel. Just keeps him down, keep grinding on him. With about a minute 10 left, this is a great ride so far.
Yeah, and both guys just don't stop moving. It's fun to watch these little guys go at it. Got a minute left here. It's still 8-2. Beisel riding tough. Again, if he can hold this to a decision, that would be huge for Hastings to start off this duel.
Just following, just don't get too far ahead on that cradle.
40 seconds left in the period. Beisel's still riding tough.
Oh, he breaks him right there all the way down to his belly. Now he's going to work here.
I'm curious if he's going to go back top after this.
It wouldn't be a bad decision. He looks
running
tired.
That bar tough.
You know, it's not an easy cut to go from 13 to 6.
No, even with a 2-pound allowance.
Absolutely.
This year, it is not easy.
You know, it does a grind on your body, and Blake not having that, maybe he's got a little extra energy there.
Ooh, they call potentially dangerous. That back arm on the armbar slips past that 90-degree angle. We're going to restart here with 13 seconds left. Blake needs a good bust here to hold him down.
Yeah, Coach, he's been having a great period.
Yeah.
Stop that first move. He gets him down to his belly. Nice.
And he gets called for stalling on top of it. A very successful period for Blake Beisel. After 2, it's going to be 8-2. Beisel's choice.
Yep.
Hastings chooses top, much to our
chagrin.
Prediction, right? There we go.
We were excited about that one. That was a tough ride.
Yeah.
You know, and what he's doing is he's just stopping that first move. And once that first move is stopped, then he's going to work on him.
Yep.
You know, he's working that bar. Blake's got a great cradle.
And this is where conditioning comes into play. If he can grind him for another period, possibly get a turn, it's a different match. Quick turn away.
And that's that first move. It's the toughest one to stop.
Absolutely. One escape for Prior Lake. It is 9-2. A takedown would give him the major, so it's crucial that he doesn't give it up here.
But you can definitely see that Blake's feet are they're moving.
High
they're
crotch, tries
more.
to dump it here.
Goes to the head. Oh.
Nothing yet. Good scramble. Usually the person with their head up is the one that wins this scramble. We'll see who comes out top.
Kerner's just looking for that stalemate here while Blake's trying to score.
There's a stalemate back to their feet. With 1 minute and 20 seconds, it's still 9-2. Again, we know this takedown is crucial, whoever can get it. We have blood time for Hastings, little bloody nose action. I'm sure that's crucial for this Prior Lake kid who's probably sucking wind right here. He's cut a hard cut.
Yep.
You're back at it. Blake knows it. Here we go.
Yeah, he tried to get that blood time cut as soon as possible.
Absolutely. Nice shot. Pops his head to the side, and there's 2. It is 11-2 with 1 minute left.
See if Blake can work something here, try to get out, maybe a takedown or even a reversal, try to keep that down to 4 or to 3 points.
There's an
he's
escape.
Out, and he's moving.
And keep in mind, Kaler has been warned for stalling, so if he can push the pace here, you never know what happens. Right now, it should be 11-3.
He dumps that fireman's. There you go. Now step through that far leg.
Keeps that leg trapped. Total scramble right here. He's looking for that stalemate.
You know, it's smart by Kerner, but to roll through and grab that ankle.
Yeah, it's a smart, savvy wrestling by Kaler
absolutely.
here. With 25 seconds left, Hastings looking for the stalemate potentially. Oh, they give him the takedown here. It should be 13-3 at this point. Score is wrong. 15 seconds left. Heck of a battle by Blake Beisel.
Yep.
Almost kept it to a decision. He definitely proved himself in this match. He can go with the #1 kid. 5 seconds left. Prior Lake will start off with a major decision here. It is 4-0 Prior Lake after the first match.
You know, and that's a tough kid right there for Prior Lake. But one thing that I saw Blake, he was he was a goer.
Yep.
You know,
Absolutely.
that Kerner, that cut down to 6 seemed like it gassed him just a little bit,
Yep.
but he was able to pull out the win
Absolutely.
and pull out the major.
And that's what you need from your best kids. All right, our next match is going to be another really good one. We have freshman Creed Peterson for Hastings going against Tyler Trzynski. He is an 8th grader, but a very seasoned 8th grader at that. He has wrestled for Prior Lake's high school program for the last couple of years. He actually took 3rd at 9U State, actually beat Blake Beisel in the 3rd place match last year. So he's a kid that's been wrestling for a while. Creed deep on a shot here, called potentially dangerous. They're back to their feet.
He's really using that height on that low single there.
This is an interesting contrast, too, because Trzynski's been at 106 for a lot of the year. Creed's been at 120. You can see the size difference out there. Creed is definitely a big 113-pounder in comparison to Trzynski here, but they're both savvy. Kids have been wrestling for a long time.
Yep. And Creed's really long. He's got that reach on him. And as you saw in that
Deep on that low single.
Ooh.
Creed tries to trap that ankle, look for a roll through here. Nothing yet. Trzynski's coming out the backside. And there's 2. Holds onto that ankle. Looking to go out of bounds with it. Peterson turning, trying to get free and get that one. 1 minute left in the period. Looking for that switch, but he's got to clear that leg.
Watch him kick out here.
Looking to
scoot
scoot,
that
looking
butt,
to scoot.
that
He
butt.
hops over.
Ooh.
Smart move by Trzynski. It is still 2-0 with 45 seconds left. Trzynski riding tough, got those wrists. Creed needs to get one at the end of this period to keep it a close match. About 30 seconds left in the period. He riding tough on that wrist. Creed looking to get a turn. 20 seconds left. Still riding hard on that wrist.
Hey, brought him back on that chin drop. That was pretty quick.
Yeah. Short time here, riding that wrist tough. All right, potentially dangerous here. With 5 seconds left, this is where Creed's tough. He's got a really good switch off that whistle. We'll see if he can get it.
Yep, just got to clear that left arm as he's coming.
Yep.
He's almost had it a couple of times, but the Lakers just kind of grab that wrist and pull him back down.
Short time.
Nice right there.
There's the switch we were talking about. Can he get it? He gets
Boom.
one. That's huge at the end of the period.
How many seconds did he do that in?
5.3 if
Holy
I'm
cow.
correct. I'm not a math teacher, though.
Not everybody can be
All right.
one.
It's Prior Lake's choice.
You know, this is a big, important swing match here.
This
You know,
is.
I know it's only the second match in the duel, but it is this is pretty big for both teams.
Yep, trainer out to look at Trzynski. Not sure if he tweaked his shoulder on that switch. I know that when a guy sits out hard, that can tweak your shoulder for sure if you're not ready for it.
But that switch that he had, it went from the stand up right to a switch.
Yep.
You know, that's what good wrestlers do. They put 2 moves right together, and they don't stop till they score.
Absolutely, one thing into the next. Like you said, though, Mitch, in this duel, I think that this is one of those swing matches that whoever wins this match definitely has an advantage. You might have to shuffle your deck a little bit different who you send out there. So if Hastings can pull this one out, it definitely puts them in the driver's seat for who they can dictate in terms of putting them out there at 126 and 195 and some of those really key matches that they have to win. Hopefully Trzynski's okay here. I know he's wrestling up a weight here. And again, size can be a factor in a match like this.
Yeah, between that switch at the end of the first there, but also, you know, their arms were tangled up in that when he was trying that bar too. That could have tweaked it a little bit, but hopefully he's all right.
Absolutely.
He's able to go because we want to watch this match. It's a good one.
Yep. We're back at it here. It's Prior Lake's choice. He's choosing down. Creed chopping that in, likes to arm bar. Very long, loves to trap those arm bars and wrists, looking for turns.
keeping that weight forward is pretty big when you're on top. You know, making, again, we mentioned this in the Blake match, but making them carry your body weight. But at the same time, the bottom man, they're trying to do whatever they can.
Yep.
You know, to get their weight back.
Ooh, tough scramble here. Gives up 1, not 2. That's huge. It's 3-1 Prior Lake as he kind of fights off that scramble. They're on their feet with 1:20 left. Guys looking to score from that short offense here.
Just needs
that
to
front
control
headlock
that elbow.
position. Creed trying to drag out of this position right here.
But be careful on that reshot.
Clears out, nothing. There's 1 minute left. It's 3-1 Prior Lake.
Let's see if you can set up that single, that outside single here.
If there's a takedown that's scored here, this could be an absolute momentum change in the match. Creed's hoping to tie it up. Trzynski's hoping to extend his lead. Kind of a half shot. Reshot by Trzynski. Locks up an inside cradle. This could be dangerous.
It's got to lengthen out here, Coach.
Gives it up there. There's 2 for Prior Lake. It is 5-1 with 35 seconds left. Working that head lever hard in that armpit. Potentially dangerous. Get a restart here with 27 seconds left. It's 5-1 Prior Lake. Creed looking to get a quick point and get back to his feet as possible, or possibly get a switch again like he did before. Here we go. Controlling that wrist again on top. Trzynski's grinding on that head lever.
I know there's only 15 seconds
Gramby's
left,
out.
but look at that.
Nothing yet, nothing yet. Keep scrambling here.
Locked
hands, that's huge. 5 seconds left. Hastings will get a point for locked hands on that scramble. He came around and locked his hands. After 2, it is 5-2 Prior Lake. Trzynski is in the lead. It is Hastings' choice. We choose down.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart move here, Coach. We've scored twice. We need another escape here and then a takedown to try to tie this match up.
Yep. This, again, we talked about this in the last match, so this is where conditioning might play a factor. Creed's got a tough cut down to 113.
Absolutely.
Trzynski's light. He might have the advantage in this period. We'll see what happens. Sit out there position from Creed. Comes to face him. Up to his feet. He gets the 1.
In under 10 seconds
Absolutely.
on that one.
Hits a slide by right off the restart there and gets a takedown. That's huge for Trzynski. Creed pops out. Back to his feet. Another escape. It is 5-3 now. They're back on their feet. Excuse me, 7-3. My bad. Without the takedown there. 7-3. 90 seconds left with the escape. 7-4. My apologies. Goes back to that front head position.
He's scoring off of Creed's shots there.
Yep. We are down to 80 seconds left in the match. 7-4 still. Trzynski leading.
Oh, we got a blood time stoppage here, Coach.
Okay. So, Coach, what do you do here? You're down 3. If you're Creed Peterson, what do you do to kind of change the match in your favor? Do you go big, try to go feet to back? Do you just try to take down, escape, take down again? What do you think works best here, Coach?
You know, I think what Creed's going to have to do is he's got to set up those shots. He's got a great shot, but he's reaching more. You know, on this match, he's reaching for that far leg. That first shot that he had right away in that first period, he set it up nice and clean. He got Trzynski to reach. Once he did that, he hit that single, but then it was a stoppage because of the knee.
Yeah.
But I really do think that he should try to take him down. If we can go for the back, great. But if we take him down, you know, we got to let him up right away.
And time might be a factor too, right? So
yes.
If you take him down within the first 20 seconds, you cut him, you try to take him down again. Otherwise, if it's a late takedown, you're looking for a turn. You come out front, you look for something big. Here we go.
Yep.
Minute and 14 seconds left. We're on our feet. Peterson down 7-4. See what happens.
But he doesn't need to rush it too much. He needs to get going, but at the same time, he doesn't need to be...
Slick slide by Trzynski. That was slick. He's hit him on that twice. Looking
tough.
for a chin drop. It's now 9-4.
But this is what I love about Creed. Doesn't matter what the score is. He's always going.
9-5.
He's always going to...
Back on their feet. He needs something big now. Down by 4.
Something to his back.
See what happens here. This goes underhook on the right side. Creed clears out. 35 seconds to go here. Again, we're down by 4. We need a big move. He's got in on a shot. He's definitely got length on him. Trzynski can give up this takedown. He's still in the lead if he gives it up. 25 seconds left. Oh, another blood time by Prior Lake. There are 19 seconds left. Coach, do your tactics change now? With 19 seconds left, you're on your feet.
Down by 4 now.
Down by 4, so you need a 5-point lead. You need a 5-point move to get back in this match and lead. What do you think you do as a coach here? And you're telling him, you're talking to him in the corner.
You know, we need a big move. So when he's looking at, as Coach Tim is probably talking with him, and same thing with Luke there, he's probably telling him we need a big move.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, I mean, when we're down by 4 with 20 seconds left, we need to go right to his back.
But at the same time, you don't want to risk giving up a major.
Yep.
Here we go, 18 seconds left. Goes underhook.
He's trying for those throws.
Yep.
But
Trzynski wrestling smart here. Goes for the throw.
There it is.
Oh,
there it is. Can he get the count? Did he get 2 count there?
He gave him the 2 count. Holy cow, that is huge. What a toss. Takes it to overtime. It is 9-9. That was huge. Gave him the 2 count. This is an overtime match, folks. This could be an absolute game swinger here if he can win this match and pull it out.
But then that's a momentum changer, you know, in a wrestler's head.
Pops. Oh,
nothing yet. Nothing yet.
He gave him the 2. Wow. Clearly the fans were not happy about that, but Trzynski hit him in the slide by 3 different times in this match. Deserved that win. It's 11-9 win for Trzynski. The dual meet stands at 7-0 for Prior Lake coming into 120. This one will be interesting. We have another good showdown here. We have 2 young wrestlers. For Hastings, we have Jack Bainbridge. He's an 8th grader, strong physical kid, versus Jackson Mikolajczyk. Again, grandson of former Hastings head coach Don Miller. Jackson's a 9th grader. Jackson, 8th grader. We got 2 young guys going at it. What do you think, Coach, in this one?
You know, I like Bainbridge, but I'm a little biased here.
Yeah.
You know, with him wrestling in our program and coming up through the middle school last year, now it's pretty cool to see him on the varsity mat now.
And the other thing that's interesting too is Jack is a pinner. He is an absolute pinner. So this will be an interesting match because I think Hastings needs a pin to keep themselves in the match here. And one area that I've noticed Jack has improved a ton is on his feet from last year to this year. So it'll be interesting to see how this match kind of shakes out. In on a shot, shakes it off, got that shot and takedown. Good finish to start.
So now that he's on top, what move do you think he's going to go to?
Goes right to it. He's got his cradle locked up off to the side. And anyone within the Hastings program knows that Jack is a cradle monster. He tries to bring him straight back. He's off to the side. He's got his leg hooked right now. Oh, he goes suicide cradle. Here we go. Got it locked up. This could be it.
You know, when you feel that pushing back, you can roll through it. It can be a dangerous move, but when Jack's done it so many times,
he's got a minute.
It's awesome.
He's got a minute left to try to finish him off here. He's got it nice and tight. Try to flatten that shoulder out.
Yep, there it is.
And he gets it. That's huge for Hastings. Just like that, Jack Bainbridge gets the pin. It is 7-6.
You know, in the famous words of Coach Rohr, cradles till they cry.
That's right. That's right. Hey, it'll be interesting to see now as the match gets closer here what Hastings and Prior Lake does. They have 2 different options here at 126. Hastings is going to send out Skylar Little Soldier. Let's see who Prior Lake sends out. It looks like this is Carlos Esparza, a 10th grader, and Skylar Little Soldier is a 9th grader for Hastings. A little bit about Skylar. She is ranked 7th in the nation at her weight class for women. She's a tough wrestler. The thing about Skylar that's always fun, Coach, is she always stays in good position. She's tough on top, and she's a pinner.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know much about this Prior Lake wrestler, but I think that Coach Hanneberg told her, go get bonus points. They need it in this match for sure.
Yeah, I'm a little interested to see them throw
Nice shot.
Esparza.
Good sprawl by Esparza. Working to go behind, get that 2. Got her ankle locked up, and he gets it. Early 2-0 lead for Esparza. Just about a minute left in the period. It's 2-0 Prior Lake. Esparza riding tough. Skylar needs to get out and get this match back on her feet or potentially get a reversal. She's tough on top, so if she can get on top, we definitely have the advantage.
She's got a mean crossface on top.
Yep. 45 seconds left. Still 2-0 for Prior Lake. Riding tough on top, onto that ankle. Not really looking to turn, just try to control the body and not give up anything.
That kind of looks like he's just trying to grind on her.
Yep. Right in the hips here. Not really looking for a turn. Got a cross face, maybe looking for a cradle here.
Oh, falls to his hip. Oh,
Down to 20 seconds left here.
See if we
Skylar
can
comes
get
to her
one.
feet. Still nothing.
get her
She
hips
scoots,
back
she
around.
scoots, she scoots. She got one here. Nothing yet. 12 seconds left.
She's got that leg in.
Nothing yet. Kind of in a scramble position, but still in control. Prior Lake is.
She's got both those legs in.
Time expires. Nothing at all. They didn't give her loss of control. No reversal. It is 2-0 after one. Hastings' choice, or excuse me, Prior Lake's choice after one.
And they go down.
Okay, interesting choice here.
Yeah,
Prior
2-0.
Lake's going down. They are up 2-0. Not a bad choice in most matches, but we know that Skylar's tough on top.
Yep.
We'll see what happens here.
You know, with that team score being 7-6 in
Yep.
favor of the Lakers, like you mentioned, bonus points here would be nice.
Absolutely. Riding tough on that wrist. Got a leg in now, looking for a Turk, and she's got it. There it is. Got a 2 count. Now looking for more. Probably not going to pin him here. She gets a 3-point near fall. That's huge.
That ties up the match 2-2, but she's still on top.
Oh, they gave him a 2
with-
count. Sorry, I'm not. It is 2-2.
Yep. And
Looking to power half with the leg in here. What's
Turn-
interesting about this too, if Skylar does not, let's say it goes to the third period, she could choose top again.
she absolutely can. And that's her position. That's her go-to.
Yep.
You know, so I'd be interested if we wrote out Esparza here. Don't be surprised to see her back on top.
Yep. 1 minute left. It's now 2-2. Got an armbar trapped. Got the wrist as well.
She's
Looking to walk her on that head here.
There
There's 43 seconds. She could do some damage with this if she keeps him on the mat. She sucks him back on. Smart, savvy
Smart.
wrestling right there.
Now, if she gets that wrist, she just got to put that shoulder through the ear, is what we tell our kids.
She gonna double armbar here.
Big
She's
step.
big step over the
step,
head.
Big step. Get that other leg over.
She's got it. Here we go.
Oh, she only got 1 count so far. She's got to push that head away with the knee.
Only a 1 count here.
Yep, 15 seconds left. He's right on the
Needs
edge.
another count to get at least 2.
Yep,
and she's
there
got
it is.
There it is.
Boom. She just settles in. Oh, he's
Still got a 1 count. There it is.
There's the 2.
Right at the buzzer.
Beautiful. Finish it all the way out. Got
All
that.
right, they gave her 2 new point near fall. It wasn't long enough to get a 3-point near fall. It is Hastings' choice going to the third period.
It looks like they are going to be taking top here, Coach.
Yeah, it's 4-2 after 2. Not surprisingly, again,
Right.
she's going up top. Clearly, that's where she's strong. Coach Hannenberg knows that as well, and they're looking for bonus points, like you said, Coach.
Yep, absolutely. And Hannenberg knows his wrestlers. He's really in tune with what they know, what they're good at, and he's doing a great job with this program.
I think wrestling's such a sport of momentum, right? Where if you know that you're successful in one position, you're going to go back to it. And no pun intended here, but I think that Hastings is kind of seeing blood a little bit, and they know they can go for major back points here. Hopefully, go for a major decision, possibly a pin. We'll see what happens here in the last period.
That was a beautiful pun, Coach.
Oh, thanks. All right, it is 4-2 going to the third period. Skylar chooses top. Good
Keeping
bust
that-
off the whistle.
Keeping that forward pressure.
Slips in a leg.
He's flailing. That's a hard word to say. He's flailing those arms a little bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if she throws in a nice deep half, too.
Goes crossbody, trying to get a little Turk here. Now goes both legs in to a power half.
There it is. Keep coming, keep coming. Punch that mat.
Nothing yet. She's riding tough on top.
She just got to shift her hips a little bit more on top there.
Still about a minute 15 seconds left. Skylar's riding tough. It's a 4-2 lead for Hastings. Got a warning, stalling, Prior Lake.
Perfect.
With just over a minute left, looking for a turn here, possibly to get bonus points down the road in the last period. If she can get multiple turns or possibly a warning stalling included in there as well, she'd get an extra bonus point. Down to 45 seconds. She's got an armbar in now. This could be dangerous for Prior Lake. Ooh, big step. This could be dangerous.
Lower
Here we
those
go.
hips. There it is.
And just like that, gets the pin with 30 seconds left. 37 seconds left in the match. That's huge for Hastings. They extend their lead to 12-7 for the first time here. Actually, take the lead.
You know, and that was a quick pin, which means, man, she really pancaked him, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. No, this will be an interesting one because Prior Lake made the decision to bump their stud Tegan Block up to 132. Tegan is a senior. They're one of their captains. He's ranked 7th in the state at 126. He's going to wrestle Caleb Folstrom. Caleb is a sophomore, strong physical kid, relatively inexperienced in wrestling, didn't start till 7th grade, but he's very scrappy. So we'll see if he can go the distance against a really tough wrestler. Block in on a shot right away, kind of backs out, goes crossbody underhook, gets to that takedown right away.
Yeah, I wonder if Coach Block was trying to steal both of those matches there.
I think so.
You know, by sending out Tegan at 132 and
no back points there. Yeah, that's a good point, Coach.
But definitely worked in the Raiders' favor.
Got an armbar tilt here on the edge. He's getting back points. Gave him the 2 count. 2-point near fall. It's 4-0. With just about 30 seconds into the match, it's a 4-0 lead for Tegan Block. Now, Coach, I think if you're Coach Hannenberg, you tell Folstrom, do not get pinned. That's your main goal here.
Yep.
Deep on a shot again. With the escape and the takedown, it's now 6-1 Tegan Block. He cuts him yet again.
You know, even if he gives up a tech here, which is a win by 15, I think it's a win for the Raiders.
Absolutely. Goes on that head. Block just throwing a plethora of different moves at him. Goes back to that shot. Nothing yet. Good scramble by Caleb Folstrom. That's one thing. Caleb can scramble.
Yeah, well, and that's
athlete.
what you were mentioning earlier. You know, he's a scrappy kid.
Yep.
But he's looking over at his coach, Luke Rao, there, who's just telling him to wrestle smart.
Yep, 6-2 here with 53 seconds left. Folstrom hanging tough against a state-ranked kid. Hits a slide by, nothing yet. Power double, drives right through him here. Don't give it up. Nothing yet, whizzers hard, nothing. Oh. Nice scramble by Folstrom. We're back into the middle here. No takedown, still 6-2. Again, Tegan Block is the son of their head coach, Joe Block, very experienced wrestler, and did sign to wrestle next year at Northern State. So he'll be continuing his wrestling career into the next level. Blood time for Hastings, Caleb Folstrom. Got a little bloody nose on that power double. All right, Coach, 38 seconds left here. He's been in on some shots. What do you tell Folstrom to make sure that he keeps this match close?
You know, continue to wrestle smart. His hands are low. Start trying to tie him up with those wrists because that blast double at the end there, that was a great shot by Block there.
Yep.
But continue to try to control those wrists, control ties, but also circle. You know, you don't want to keep backing up, and Caleb's not that kid.
No.
You know, he's gonna scrap like he said.
Cuts blood time, 38 seconds left. Back on her feet. Here we go. Kind of a half shot by Folstrom.
He's looking for those slide bys, it looks like.
Kind of goes to a half shot on the right side. Gets that single, brings it up to his feet. Nothing yet.
Oh.
He's got that body lock, though.
Uh-oh.
Watch for the
Duck
headlock.
that head.
Nothing yet.
Heavy hips.
Ooh, Folstrom gets the two, pops his head out. That's huge.
Wow.
6-4, takes him out of bounds. You can tell Block's going for that big one. He needs 6 for that team, and I think he's feeling that. It's 6-4 with 15 seconds left. See if Caleb can ride him out tough here in these last seconds of the first period. Quickly turns away, gets the 1 up to their feet. It's 7-4. And that's how the first period will end. It's 7-4. I think that's a moral victory for Caleb Folstrom to keep it that close after period 1. Tegan Block's a stud.
He absolutely is, but Caleb's wrestling great right
Yep.
now, wrestling smart. He's staying in good position.
Absolutely.
But he's also not just bailing out.
Block chooses down, second period. Caution, Hastings got to be covering on that belly button. He's riding too deep with that hand. Good bust by Caleb Folstrom, keeping him flat if possible. Looks for the headlock. Ooh, out of bounds. Nothing.
He's looking for those big moves here.
Yep. Back to the center here. It's still 7-4. Folstrom still riding tough on top. Comes up to his feet, quickly turns in, gets the escape. It's 8-4. Prior Lake. Working that head. Coach, what happens a lot is the more you bang on that head, by that third period, your stance gets a lot worse, and that's where those shots open up. And I think that might be what Block's mantra might be, is if I can get that guy to wear down, he might be mine third period. Goes back to a blast double, beautiful shot. Takes him to the edge, takedown 2, that was slick.
But that's what we were mentioning earlier, is he's got that blast double is tough to stop.
Yep.
If we can tie up those wrists like he was doing earlier on the feet, we might be able to avoid those shots.
It's 10-4 Prior Lake in this match. And again, Block cut down to 126 for this match. So maybe conditioning might play a factor, although he is state ranked at 126. He hasn't wrestled a lot of matches at 126 this year, so we'll see if maybe that plays a factor going into this third period. We know Folstrom's been at 132 most of the year. He's got that wrist trapped up pretty well here with a minute left. Looking for a turn as it's 10-4. He needs 2 more points for the major.
And if Caleb can just keep working towards his knees, trying to get his own wrist control and keep working up, maybe we can score a point here.
And working that head lever, got that wrist trap. This is not a good position to be in. It's very painful for those that have wrestled before. With 30 seconds left, he looks for a little roll through tilt. Looks like he's getting a couple counts here. Definitely has near fall points. Not going to get a pin.
You got 2 on there.
Still got that wrist trapped. He's going to get a 2 count though, so it will be 12-4 after this.
Coming
Got a good
hard
crossface here with 10 seconds left. Can't give anything up here. And a quick tilt.
He's got that Turk.
I don't think Hastings is going to be going underneath in the third period. That's just my prediction.
No. But where would you go, Coach?
I'd go neutral.
Okay.
We got a 3 counts. 15-4 going to the third. Again, boy, I called it here.
Yep.
Hastings is going neutral. He's shown that he can scrap with Block. In fact, he took him down once here. I think at this point, Coach, you got to look not to give up a tech fall or a pin. We're back on our feet. You're down by 11. You stay in good position. You just circle.
But
Gets deep on a shot. Roll through. Oh, he gets the takedown. Looking for a turn off of it. He gets it. Here we go. Danger position here. He's got to fight. 17-4. Looking for the pin.
Yeah, minute 45 left. Caleb's got he's got a long fight trying to get out of this.
It's locked up pretty tight.
With
90 seconds left, he's definitely looking for bonus points. This is going to be a tough fight for Folstrom to not give up the 6.
He's got the back points, which means he's got the tech here. So if Caleb can just fight off and not give up that one precious point.
That's a really good point. You save a team point by not giving up that pin. We'll see if he can hold it, but it's a long time to be underneath.
Absolutely, and this is tight. Moves into a headlock position here.
And he gets the pin. There it is. And just like that, Prior Lake goes back in the lead. It's 13-12. Good battle for Caleb Folstrom going against a state-ranked kid. I feel like this next match is going to be a huge one. We have Evan Svoboda, a junior, going against Carter Bergeron, another junior. Honestly, I think 2 pretty even wrestlers, and I think that this one could go either way. Kind of built alike, too.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens in this one. Interesting backstory to Evan Svoboda. He did not wrestle in middle school. He had a serious injury and was actually on crutches for about 4 years. And so he wrestled a lot as a youth, came back to the sport of wrestling in high school, and is really having a lot of fun out there, and you can see the confidence building each week he wrestles.
It's great to see him out on the match, and he's a smart wrestler. That's what I love about Evan is he's smart, he's methodical.
Yeah.
But he's starting to be a little bit more aggressive, which is awesome to see.
You need those kind of kids in your room.
Yep.
National Honor Society kid, keep the match close, going to do everything the right way. Still on their feet here, no takedown. Guys kind of feeling each other out. We're about 40 seconds into the first period. Kind of a half shot attempt there. Both guys still feeling each other out. We're about a minute into the first period. Evan working on that head, trying to tire him out a little bit. Again, like we talked about, you might not feel that in the first period. By the third, after you've been banging on the head for a while, you feel it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Berggren gets to a shot really deep. Nothing yet. Does give up the takedown. Oh, goes to his back. It's a dangerous position. He's got to fight off with 45 seconds left.
Gets to his belly.
Belly's down. He's got a butcher position here, though.
That elbow being tied up, that's tough right there.
Yeah.
See if he can battle out with about 30 seconds left here.
He's circling around the head. He's got that butcher tied up tight. See if Evan can fight out of this. Fights off. I don't think he got any back points on that because he's still in the same position. He's got a 3-point near fall, so even if the period was to end right now, it's 5-0, but he's hoping not to give up a pin here as he's still got that arm trapped. Yep. 10 seconds left in the period. He does get the 3-point near fall. That's how the period will end. That is huge for Prior Lake to not only get the takedown, but to get the back points as well. After one, it is Berggren 5, Svoboda 0. He's got his work cut off for him.
And we just got to shake this one off. You know,
Prior Lake defers. Svoboda chooses down.
Yep, every once in a while you have a bad period, and you get into a hole. But go back to what you know, and shake that first period off here.
Quick sit out by Svoboda. And you know, if I'm Hastings right now, this is a crucial match because you're probably favored in the next two matches.
Yep.
And then there's for sure two weights coming up that Prior Lake is going to be favored at. So you need this one.
Yes.
So even though you're in a 5-0 hole, we saw guys like Creed Peterson come back and make it a match. So these 6-minute matches, nothing can be counted for until the finish because things can change quickly in the sport of wrestling. Still riding tough with 30 seconds in. Red actually gets warned for stalling. He's not getting off to the side looking for a turn. He's on his hips and gets warned for stalling. I kind of like that call though.
Yeah, you can't just sit on top of somebody and you actually have to be working for those moves.
Yep. Quick stand up by Svoboda. Nothing yet.
He's got that wrist. Keep coming up.
Traps that ankle, brings him down to the mat. He's up again. Kind of a tripod position. Comes up with that leg. Front trip. Got the legs trapped up. He has to work to improve.
He's got to work up.
Kind of works up from that position. They'll go out of bounds. We have a minute left in this period. It's still 5-0 Berggren. Coach, what does Svoboda have to do to get out of the bottom position here? It seems like he's gotten to his feet a couple of times, but he wasn't able to get free. What would you do? What would you kind of tell him from the side here?
The biggest thing is he needs to clear that leg.
Yeah.
You know, as he gets up and he starts cutting away, what Berggren's doing is he's just dropping down on that leg, and that's what brought up to the single. So if he can just get low, kick that leg back, he might be able to get that one.
Runs crossface here, similar position to the first, but he's got the butcher tight. On the edge of the mat here, we'll see if Svoboda can move and get out of this position. Still good, kind of clears out with that wrist.
Look at that.
Smart wrestling. Gets that escape. It's now 5-1. With about 30 seconds left, they go out of bounds, back to the middle.
Did you see how he posted that wrist to the mat? That's textbook wrestling right there. Just post that mat to the mat, circle up. It was beautiful.
Yep, he can get a takedown here. This could be a different match going to the third period. Of course, it's Prior Lake's choice going to the third period, so I'm assuming he's probably going to choose down. Nice shot. Beautiful. He gets the takedown. Goes right to a crossface.
Right to it. Look at this cradle here.
That's a great transition.
Can he lock
wrestling.
it up?
Got the cradle locked up. This is a dangerous position for Berggren. He's got 10 seconds left. Let's see if he can get the turn.
Get hip to hip and just drive him over here, Coach.
Can he get it? He's got the count. Here we go.
We have 5 seconds. Can he get all three?
Wow, what a game changer here in that last seconds of the period.
He did. He got all three.
3-point near fall. It's 6-5, just like that. Going to the third period.
Coach, there was 24 seconds left in that period, and he went from losing 5-0 to now winning 6-5. What a great
sweep
turnaround.
Single to a crossface cradle. Interesting. Prior Lake chooses neutral, down by 1. 6-5.
One thing that I'm looking at here is you can see their body position. You can see that Evan's still going. He's still attacking.
Look at the confidence.
Yes.
That takedown and turn, just like that. Good shot by Bergen. Gets deep. Good scramble.
comes
Nothing
on.
yet. Good
Oof.
shot. There's two. It is now 7-6. Beautiful shot by Bergen. We kind of caught us flat-footed. He's got the lead with about 1 minute and 40 seconds left. So Bowdoin needs to get an escape here, or maybe a fresh start.
Yeah, look where we're at the match. That's a good call there.
Got that wrist trap. Now that's a dangerous position to be in. He's grinding on that armpit in that head lever position. 1 minute and 20 to go.
Now remember that Prior Lake has been stalled or warned already for stalling. So if we can get out of this position,
Got an armbar trapped up here. The difference may be, though, that he does have a pinning combination in.
Yep.
Although, right now, Evans fighting that armbar hard. We got 1 minute left here, down by 1. Again, we talked about this match being super close, and boy, it's definitely fitting the bill here. These are two evenly matched wrestlers. Juniors, built alike, wrestle alike, in my opinion, too.
He's hanging on to that wrist. Oh, now Evans been called
Wow,
here.
Hastings warned for stalling. Heads down, that's never a good sign from the bottom position. You're probably going to get warned for stalling. With 35 seconds left, tries to get out. Bergen rides tough. Nothing yet. Still 7-6. We got 25 seconds left. Traps that ankle again, or excuse me, traps the wrist again. Riding tough from that top position with 15 seconds left. He might hold on for a victory here. This would be 3 huge points for Prior Lake. With 10 seconds left, it appears it's going to go that way.
He's got to keep moving, keep improving to come up.
3
3
seconds.
seconds.
And just like that, Prior Lake holds on with a 7-6 win.
Yeah, that was a gutsy third period
Yeah,
there for
it
the
was.
Lakers.
Interesting call, too. I like the choice by Coach Block on that one, going neutral. I thought he was going to go down.
I thought for sure he was going down, but
Maybe you saw that cradle, huh?
yes.
16-12 after 138. We now go to 145. This is one of Hastings' better wrestlers, Josh Rout. He's been in and out of the state rankings. I know he's looking for bonus points here. And he's got Ryan Horsch, a junior from Prior Lake. One similar opponent to kind of compare. Both of them wrestled Bristol Short from Simley, with Rout beating him, Horsch losing 7-1. Again, different match, different day. Horsch right in on a double and finishes. Wow, just like that. As I talk about that, this match being possibly a bonus win, he gets in on a double. I will say, though, Josh Rout is kind of a slow starter, but got a gas tank, does not quit. Turns in, nothing yet. Whizzers hard, up to his feet. Clears out, smart wrestling, gets the 1. It's 2-1 after about 35 seconds into the first period.
But one thing that I like about Josh is he's always had a great shot. Even in middle school, he's had a great shot, just working on that finishing aspect of it. And I think he's been doing that more and more this year.
Yep, absolutely. About a minute left in the first period. Kind of a high crotch half position there. Transitions into a front headlock position. Rout looking to score here. They clear out, back to their feet.
Beautiful.
Nice post
clear.
to a single.
Yep.
Comes up with it.
To a
Ooh, we
cradle
got that
here.
cradle locked up on the edge.
On the
This
feet.
is dangerous. Here we
There
go.
you
He's
go.
got that cradle locked up. Could be flat.
It's a long time here. 35 seconds left. Can he get both those shoulders to be flat on the ground? Beautiful.
Nice. That is huge for
Yes.
Hastings. Just like that, with about 30 seconds left, Josh Rout gets a pin for Hastings.
Yeah, a little bit of a slow start on the feet. I don't think he was expecting that
No.
shot. But then once he hit that setup right to the inside and locked up that cradle, he saw the opportunity and finished it. That was beautiful.
And just like that, Hastings pulls back in the lead. Talk about back and forth in this duel. It's 18-16, Hastings after 145. This is another interesting match. Two sophomores going at it, Aiden Erickson and Aiden McGowan. I think very evenly matched. Aiden Erickson is a returning state qualifier for Hastings. Aiden McGowan was 6th at 9th grade state last year at 145. This will be an interesting match. As many Hastings people know, Aiden Erickson, extremely tough on top, so if he can get to that position and get a takedown, that could be the difference. Who's going to win the battle on their feet?
Yeah, but
Get on a shot. Aiden Erickson comes through the middle, nothing yet. Comes up with it. Push-pull position in a scramble here, nothing yet.
Can he get that knee through, but that right arm coming across?
Kind of turns.
Beautiful.
So that cross face. Can he get the 2 on the edge of the mat?
He's got to be careful on that toe. There we go.
And he gets it. 2 takedown off the mat. This is typically where Aiden Erickson gets a lot of his points. He is tough on top.
Yeah, but on the feet, he was relentless there. He took 3 shots, I think.
Yep. You know what? I think one thing that has to be said is at this weight class, at 152, you are wrestling veterans, seniors, juniors all the time. So for these young sophomores, they're wrestling men.
Yes.
Most of these duels. So to have 2 sophomores going at it, that's pretty rare.
Yeah.
All right, Aiden slips in the leg really quick. He loves to ride legs.
Can
It's
he
a little
extend
high right
those?
now.
He's trying to get those wrists to extend them to his belly.
Gets both of them in. Looking to post up high and get a turn. He's got that chin scooped, but no points here. We got about 40 seconds left in the period. Aiden Erickson got the early 2-0 lead.
This is like a Kyle Kreiser right here. Both legs in, getting ready to go.
Sure. Got the crossface in. Extending him out. 30 seconds left in the period. Erickson riding tough here. Got a stalemate position. Get a restart with 24 seconds left. It's still 2-0 Aiden Erickson. So, Coach, if you're Prior Lake here, and let's say it's your choice, and you've seen what has happened after one period, where do you choose to go after this first period?
You know, I'm a big proponent going down, but at the same time, knowing Aiden's tough, I might defer here and make Hastings choose.
That's a good point. All right, 23 seconds left. Still 2-0 here. Get a restart. Goes back to that crab ride, trying to slip a leg in. Looking to get a turn. He's close. Sucks him back.
Just got to work those hips on top. There it is.
Going to get a turn. Ooh,
Can
got
he
a
get
1
that
count.
2 count?
Nope.
He's only got
Nothing
1
yet.
so far. 7 seconds left.
Kind of back and forth. Didn't give him a 2 count. You have to have at least a 2 count to get some near fall points. He did not get that. Period will end. It's 2-0 Aiden Erickson. It is Prior Lake's choice. They're going to defer. Good call, Coach.
It's like we've seen these matches before.
Yeah, right. Hastings chooses down. Here we go. It's, again, 2-0 after 1. I think we could be seeing these guys wrestle a lot in the next couple years.
I think so, too.
Both have had success at the youth level and now at the varsity. And I think these guys will be battling for some time. Pretty evenly matched at this point. Quick turn and away. He gets the escape.
Beautiful.
That's huge within the first 10 seconds.
And that's something that I've noticed about our Raiders this year is they're really working on bottom.
Yeah,
You know, it seems like they're being able to get those escapes.
Gets to a high crotch position, comes up with it. Switches to a double, beautiful across the body. Doesn't have the 2 yet. Now he will. Pops his head out, gets that 2. Goes back to that leg ride. Now you got to be thinking about bonus points if you're the Raiders. You're up 5-0. You know Aiden can turn. He's got to stay underneath those armpits. If he can get a turn here, we're looking close to bonus points here. And this will also be interesting to see, too, what Prior Lake decides to do if they go into the third period.
That's exactly what I was just thinking, because Aiden has now scored both on the feet and on bottom, and we've already gotten a 1 count on a turn in that first period.
But if you don't get turned here, you might go back to bottom and hope for the best. Still got that leg in, looking for a turn. He's got a power half. This is tight. We'll see if he can get it.
Punched.
Nothing yet. He's staying tough. McGowan's really battling it right now. Oh, he's got
There
back
it
points.
is.
Hips up on this. Did he get the 2 count?
He
got
did
the
get
2 count, but he gave him the reversal. So essentially, they cancel each other out. It's 7-2 right now with the reversal, with 35 seconds left.
His hips just got a little bit farther to the side and allowed McGowan to roll on top.
Yep. Close to the edge of the mat.
I think a nice restart would be very good.
Hastings gets warned for stalling. I actually agree with you. He's laying flat on the mat. He's got to start moving. They go out of bounds. 18 seconds left. 7-2 Aiden Erickson on this. See if he can get a quick escape at the end of the period. Again, that would be a game changer in terms of what you decide to do if you're Prior Lake, too. You might have to change your tactics a little bit.
Yeah.
18 seconds left. Here we go.
Up by 5. 7-2. Here we go, Aiden. See if we can get an escape here.
Grinding on that head lever again. Quick sit and turn. Clears the arm. Nothing yet. There's almost 2. There
2
it is.
there.
That's huge. With 7 seconds left, see if you can ride him out.
Now, this is a tough decision. Here, do you put him back down when he's gotten turned, or do you put him back on the feet?
9-2. Let's see what Prior Lake chooses to do. Their choice could really dictate a lot. He chooses down. I don't blame him. He's only been turned once, and it was for 2 seconds, although it's been close. Hastings needs a turn here. They need a major because we know that their horses are coming up soon, including the next weight class with Colton Sun.
All right, there it goes. They let him up that one. I was going to wonder how long they were going to let Aiden ride him out.
They cut him automatically, give him the escape. I like that tactic. If you take him down here, you have the major decision, provided that you ride him out. And he's taken him down twice already. And this is one area where Aiden Erickson has gotten better, is from his feet. Got an underhook here. Prior Lake's fighting hard with that underhook. He's working the underhook hard. You got to remember that Hastings has been one for stalling as well, which may play a factor in the third period. Gets deep on a low single shot. Good scramble position here. Prior Lake's head is up. He's going to get the 2 here. 9-5 now.
That's a big takedown.
Potentially dangerous. Leg got a little twisted around here. With 1:22 seconds, 9-5, Aiden Erickson. Again, you go from 7 points to 5 points, just like that. Close to a major decision. Now all of a sudden, the lead kind of shrinks, just like that.
We gotta keep working out from bottom because, like you mentioned, we do have that stalling call. Keep that head up. Keep working up. But watch him control this wrist to a sit and try to peel it off here.
No, interesting thing here. Again, we've been warned for stalling. If you get warned for stalling again, that's another team point, or another match point, excuse me, for Prior Lake. And maybe you change your tactics. With 1 minute left here, Aiden's not working to improve. Prior Lake's not really getting off to the side either. Both guys kind of looking a little tired.
He's got to keep that head off the mat.
He gets warned for stalling again. There's a point for Prior Lake. It's now 9-6. If he gets warned for stalling, this could be a real game changer here in terms of the match.
Yeah.
40 seconds left.
Up by 3 now.
He's got a good crossface ride here. Thirty seconds left.
He's trying to keep that head up here. It's not on.
Okay, it's a good call. Prior Lake was not getting off to the side, kind of riding the hips. 25 seconds left, 9-6.
Even though all their offense was on the hands, his hips didn't come off.
Yep.
And Kirby being a veteran referee, he knows. He's seen this before.
Yeah. All right, 18 seconds left. Hastings trying to hold on to the win here. Trying to get an armbar here. Up to his feet. Out of bounds, nothing yet. 10 seconds left.
But that was
Prior Lake needs a big turn here if they're going to get a win in this match. May come out front, try to look for a whip over position.
Yeah, but that was a really important series for Aiden there.
Yep, that's true.
He was able to hop up right away, and he does it again.
Yep.
Can he get the 1 in the last 10 seconds?
Watch for the big throw here. Gets
All right,
the 1.
Pushing on that hip now. 4 seconds.
3 seconds left. And gets the win.
Gives
up
up
for stalling again. They give up the 1. But with 0.3 left, it is 10-7. That's all she wrote, folks. All right, just like that, it is a 3-point decision for Hastings, and that'll extend their team score to 21-16. All right, this is another premier match we talked about early on. We have 2 seniors going at it. We have Colton Sund, senior for Prior Lake. He is was 5th at the sections last year, was ranked at one time going against Hastings. Nolan Myers, one of our senior captains. Nolan's coming back from a little bit of an injury. He was out for about 2 weeks. This should be a great match. One thing we know about Nolan, he has a gas tank. He is an all-conference cross-country kid. He can go for days. It's just a matter of can he be physical enough to hang with Sund. Sund's a very physical kid.
And with that win from Aiden, we bump up to 21-16 here. Got a little bit of a, I'd like a little bit more of a cushion when you're going up to those top guys.
Yep, they go out of bounds, kind of feeling each other out. Myers working that underhook really hard to start off the match. Nice high crotch single, switches that double, drives across the body, gets the 2. Beautiful. Sun out to an early lead. It's 2-0 with about 1 minute and 25 seconds left. So realistically, after this match, regardless of the outcome, I think that Hastings will be favored in 2 matches, and I think Prior Lake will be favored in 2 with 1 swing match. So this one is huge in terms of the team score, especially with the match score being this close. Sun riding tough on top. Comes out front, kind of that spiral ride. Get a fresh start, goes out of bounds. 48 seconds left. Goes optional start here. Gives up the 1 automatically, excuse me. It's now 2-1. Sun's going to go back on their feet.
Let's see if Nolan can set up a takedown here.
One thing I'll say about Prior Lake, I've seen them hit a lot of blast doubles on us today. They
Lot of-
are tough on their feet. Nolan tries to get to that high crotch. Pulls it in deep, heads to the outside. He's got that ankle trap, though. This is a dangerous position for him to be in. He hooks off that ankle. Nothing yet, but he's close to getting that 2, and he does get it. Colton Sun extends his lead 4-1 with 20 seconds left.
And that was
Goes back to that spiral ride.
yeah, Nolan had a good shot there, but with Sun with those hips, just hitting him with those hips and being able to work out.
Runs him out of bounds, which is a stall warning on Prior Lake. You cannot run a guy out of bounds without trying to return him. So it's 4-1 with 9 seconds left. And like you said, Coach, when you're taking a shot from your feet, you have to shoot from angles. If you're going straight on, you're not going to beat a good kid.
Yes,
Gets
there
the
we
1
go.
at the buzzer. That's huge. Makes it a 4-2 match at the buzzer. 4-2 match closes that gap. It is Hastings' choice. They defer Prior Lake's choice. They're going down.
You know, and when we're looking at the matches from 106 all the way up to 160 here, the Raiders have been able to score from bottom every single match. And that's impressive.
Yeah. I'd say the one area where Prior Lake has had the advantage is on their feet.
Yes.
I mean, we've seen it in the Creed-Peterson match. We saw it in the Aiden Erickson match where we were closing the gap. Sun quickly to his feet. It's now 5-2. Nolan working the underhook on the right side. Clears out.
But as you're looking, like you mentioned, those blast doubles right there,
Yep.
they
Nice
really
re-shot
know,
attempt. Heads down on it, though. He's got to face him. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. He's got to come and face him. Nothing yet. He's got that ankle trap, though. Gets to a kind of a half fireman's position, although he's extended out. Sun traps off that ankle. This could be 2. There it is. Just like that, it's 7-2 with about 80 seconds left in the match.
Prior Lake's been taking a lot of shots from really
He's got
no
a cradle
tie.
locked up. This is a dangerous position to be in. Extend your body out here, Nolan. Don't give it up. He breaks the tie.
Now start grabbing the wrist. We just need to keep working up. We got about a minute left in this period.
Still a 7-2 lead here for Sun. I wonder if he doesn't get a turn here, if he cuts him in the last 45 seconds. He's been able to take Nolan down 3 times already without a lot of difficulty, to be honest with you. But again, Nolan's a third period wrestler. He's got a good gas tank. We'll see if that plays a factor as we start going into the third period. 35 seconds left in the period. Still 7-2 Sun.
He's got
Working
that
on
bar.
arm bars, grinding tight.
Keeps coming up.
Nothing
Try to get
yet.
that one again.
Clears
We
out of
got
that arm
15
bar.
seconds.
Starts working to his feet with 13 seconds left. See if he can get it out. Nope, nothing yet. Good mat return by Sun. 8 seconds left. All right, and that's how the second period will end. It is 7-2 in favor of Sun. Hastings' choice going to the third period. I'm assuming they're going to choose down.
Now, as you're the Lakers, you're up by 5. Do you start working on? Trying to get bonus?
Yeah,
points
that's a good point. I mean, they need this as a bonus point match. Looks like they're going to let him up, and I don't blame him. I think it's a smart wrestling tactic by Coach Black. Sun looked tough on his feet so far. 7-3. Deep on that high crotch position, extends it deep. Goes back to the front headlock position, looking to score. Clears out of that position, back on our feet in the middle. Still 7-3. Now, realistically, Sun's going to need a couple different takedowns to get to that major decision here. So he's a long ways away, but takedown turn, you never know what can happen.
He might be trying to go right to his back too.
Yeah, true.
You know, and he's had that cradle locked up right off a takedown.
Yep, snap down to the front headlock position for Sun, looking to score. Nothing yet. Nolan wisely comes back to his feet.
But the other thing he's doing when he's underneath here is he's trying to control those elbows. You know, that's hard to score when somebody's, you know, controlling your elbows from that front head.
Clears out, back on their feet in the middle here with about a minute and 10 seconds left. Neither guy really taking a lot of risk here in the third period. Nice blast double again, goes to the edge of the mat. No takedown on it. Nolan getting warned for stalling. I don't blame him. He's backing up a little bit too much. He's got to be circling in the middle. Sun pushing the pace here.
These Lakers have been just hitting these blast doubles without any setups really, and they're getting to our legs.
Yep. Kind of a half shot by Sun. Gets to that front headlock position. Nolan looking to score here. Gets to a high crotch. Nice reshot. Whizzer hard. Gets to both legs. This should be close to a takedown. There it is.
Yep, he's got a belly here.
Nolan bails out with 40 seconds left. It's 9-3. He's going to cut him again. Look, probably need 2 more takedowns to get the major. It's now 9-4.
He dinged him again for stalling.
Wow,
there.
that's huge. Because all of a sudden a takedown makes it a major decision. He cannot give up a takedown here. It is 10-4.
That was a big call there, Coach.
Yep. Ooh, nice shot by Nolan. Head's got to be up though. Again, we talked about can't take a straight-on shot against a strong, powerful kid like Sun. You are not going to finish that.
And he's just getting to that ankle each time.
Yep.
Every single time he's gotten to that ankle, he hooks it off.
Yep.
And but Nolan's coming up to the middle.
Position.
I like this.
Push
10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
Watch that
10-4.
knee.
Cannot give this up.
Nope. Keep that leg. Keep that leg here. 5 seconds left.
All right, look for that blast double. Ooh, I thought they were going back to their feet here. I thought they called it. All right, just like that's the end of the match. Sorry about that. It is 10-4 win for Colton Sun. Put on a display on his feet, and just like that, it is 21-19. We move to 170, a weight where I would say that Prior Lake is going to be favored if they throw out Cole Edwards. It looks like Hastings is going to shuffle their lineup just a little bit. They're actually going to throw Xander Hallis out there. So Xander Hallis is going to go at 170 instead of Rico Cooper. Xander's a kid who's been in their program for quite a while. He's a junior. He recently wrestled a state-ranked kid from Eastridge and lost a close decision. So he's a kid that can go with a lot of good kids. I believe that Prior Lake will be sending out Cole Edwards. Cole Edwards is ranked 8th at 170 in the AAA rankings. He was 4th at sections last year. Let's see what they do here. The coaches are kind of talking, see which team has to show first, because that'll dictate who Hastings sends out.
And I wonder if Prior Lake's trying to get some matchups going here too, and maybe even bump Edwards up to 82, because 82 is where we're going to need to. Well,
and both teams have a lot of depth, and that's the thing. When you have a good program like Prior Lake and Hastings, you have options, right?
Yep. So if you look at this.
So it looks like Hastings is actually going to send out Rico Cooper. Rico is a sophomore. He was 6th at 9th grade state last year. He was 1st as a cadet at the Mid-USA State Tournament. Rico's a talented kid.
Yep. And that was the matchups here between the two head coaches.
Yep.
Prior Lake had to show first, and if they were going to send out Edwards at 70, then it looked like the Raiders were going to send out Hallis.
Not 100% who this wrestler is for Prior Lake. We'll get the announcement in just a second. I'm assuming it's going to be Aiden Gegenheimer, but I don't know. Oh, nice shot by Prior Lake. Oh, this is Ian Sagi.
Oh, he dropped down from 82.
I think that might be a mistake, but I don't know. Nice takedown by Rico Cooper. Either way, we're up 2-0 here with 30 seconds in. If this is indeed not Cole Edwards, which I don't think it is, obviously Hastings is looking for bonus points in this match if they can get it anyway. Gets to an armbar here, just kind of slips out. Working that wrist really hard. Dual score right now, 21-19, about a minute left in the first period. Again, we know that Hastings will probably be favored in at least 2 weight classes to go. I'd say Prior Lake is probably going to be favored in 2 for sure. So this could be an absolute barn burner, and I think bonus points will be huge.
Yep.
Rico cuts him with about 45 seconds left, back to his feet. Now he's going to cut him. There's the escape, go back to his feet. Rico's quick, nice, quick, low single shot. Comes up high with it. Front trip there, gets the 2. 40 seconds left.
He didn't expect that at all.
Lightning quick, that's for sure. And having coached Rico before, we know how good he is on his feet. He is an athlete. 25 seconds left here, 4-1. Rico Cooper on top. Got a cradle locked for a short period of time. looking to ride tough, maybe get a turn here at the end of the period. Stalling Prior Lake to end of the period. That could play a toll later on in the match.
You know, and you mentioned earlier, Coach, that you know, at 152 we had a couple of sophomores here. Rico's only a sophomore.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, and he's been getting better each and every match here.
After one, it's 4-1 Rico Cooper. It is Hastings' choice. They defer. Prior Lake's choosing down. Might have been a mistake there. I think it might be their choice first.
Just checking to see which
Yeah.
person has to choose. Because, again, this is a big match.
Yeah, every period, every match is going to count because that decision about where you can go dictates a lot of your decision as a coach. All right, Prior Lake is going down here. Again, we talked about this, how the Raiders are looking for bonus points in this match, potentially if they can get it. It's 4-1, a 3-point lead after one period. You need at least an 8-point victory to get a major decision.
Yep, and our team score being 21-19, it'd be nice to get that 6.
Rolls those wrists forward, trying to control those wrists on top. One thing I do appreciate about the referees today, though, they have called stalling from both positions very equally.
Yep.
And they're making guys come out to the side and look for turns, and I appreciate that.
They're requiring
Gets a quick
action.
escape by Prior Lake. Nice reshot, although he's pretty extended here. Grabs an ankle,
He's got to block those knees there.
hooks an ankle, got
There
the
we
2,
go.
there it is. It's now 6-2. I wonder if Hastings will look to cut him here. Haven't been able to turn him yet, although they do need bonus points. About a minute and 10 seconds left in this period. Cooper with a 4-point lead. He does cut him. It's now 6-3. Nice, quick
Low
low
single.
single. There's another takedown. It is now
he cut him again?
8-3.
Oh, he's
Got
got,
that arm
bar.
bar,
Oh, just
although it
watch
is illegal.
Oof.
You got to keep that at a 90-degree angle.
Yep,
If you
and
cross that plane, it's dangerous for that bottom wrestler.
And you can't take your hand and put it up on that shoulder blade. That was the
Absolutely.
big thing right there.
Yep, Cooper's going to cut him right away. It's now 8-4, back on their feet. Rico's taken him down, I believe, 4 times already, so let's see if he can get after it again.
But that low
Nice
single
ankle
there
pick, beautiful.
Boom.
Just like that.
hits it again.
10-4.
50 seconds.
Might look to cut him again here, we'll see. Maybe look for a quick turn. Trying to trap off an armbar here. You can definitely tell that Rico's trying to get those bonus points any way
Yes.
he possibly can.
There it is again.
Ooh, interesting. That armbar kind of crossed that plane again, called potentially dangerous. With 30 seconds left, it is 10-4. You wonder if they are going to cut him here.
And they are.
Cut him again, it's 10-5.
When he's got that bar, he keeps putting that hand flat.
Yep.
And that's a big indicator for the referee to stop something because it might be dangerous for the wrestlers.
Yep, nice.
Again, gets the
2.
two.
Takedown with 20 seconds left. That was a beautiful snap down goal behind
Yeah,
from
we're
that
up by
front
7
headlock
here.
position.
With 13 seconds left, just got to keep him down. Going to that third period up by 7.
I think we know where they're going to go third period.
Yep.
Just taking a guess. I'm guessing we're going back to neutral. He's taken him down successfully 6 times in this match.
Well, must have came
Okay.
hard on a crossface
Yep.
there and gave the Lakers 1 point.
So legal crossface on that. A little bit too forceful with it. They gave him a bonus point there. Kind of an illegal move. So again, Coach, it's 12-6. 2 minutes left. Probably going on our feet. Do you tell Rico, look for a big move? What are you telling him right now if you're Coach Hannenberg?
If I'm coach, I'm telling him to look for those takedowns. Take him down, and if we can get him to his back, great. But try to keep take down, let him up, take down, let him up. You know, he's already taken him down 6 times, and it almost looks like he's been taking him down at will here.
Yeah.
I think you take him down and look for that opportunity for a turn.
Yeah.
Because he's not been able to get that just straight on top.
Yep.
He's close with those bars. He's just got to watch that hand. But if he can take him down, let him up, or take him down and get in open position, we can do it.
Not shockingly, they're on their feet. Third period, like we called it here. We'll see if your strategy works, Coach. It's 12-6 going into the third period. Looks for that ankle pick. Wisely clears out. He knows it's coming after getting taken out a couple times with it. Wrist control here, trying to slow Rico down. Gets to that front headlock position. We'll see if he can score from here. Ooh,
Oh.
baby. Got caught in a whip over.
Yep.
He's in dangerous position here.
Just
Gets to a headlock. Wisely clears out of it. So let's see how they score it here. They gave him 2 takedown with a 2 near fall and the 2 reversal, which makes it 14-10. That's an actual game changer in terms of the
And
team
now
score.
we have to ride him out here. We have to work for that bar. Again, he's been able to get it. He just needs to watch his hands there.
Yeah. It's amazing how one move can change a match score just like that. And give credit to the Prior Lake kid. He stayed in good position.
I wouldn't be surprised if they cut him here and try to get the 2 and then work for your turn.
Could be.
Because then if they work for that turn, they might be able to get the major there too.
Yeah, Rico has not had a lot of success turning this guy yet.
Stick with that.
Although he's got a
Stick with that
cross-face cradle in. This kid's battling though. So 50 seconds left.
Now that just got.
We got a bonus point for a second warning for stalling. It's now 15-10. If he does get a turn here and gets a 3-point near fall, that would give him the major. Looks like they're going to cut him. It's now 15-11, 30 seconds left. He's going to need at least 2, maybe 3 takedowns on this one to get to that major. And he's got to really push the pace.
Yep, I think he's going to just try to get in that front head, see if he can turn him from there.
And Prior Lake just hanging on. They don't want to give up that major. They know how important every team point is at this point. No takedown at this point. Hanging tight on that single, looking for a possible stalemate. Is he going to give him the 2? Not yet. With 2 seconds left, it looks like this is going to be the end of the match. Is a 15-11 win for Rico Cooper, with the exception of one move, really.
Yeah.
The match was one-sided. Now, that does extend the team lead for Hastings to 24-19, but look out, here comes some of the horses for Prior Lake. I believe that they are bumping guys up at this point. So I'm assuming that this next guy will be Cole Edwards, who we talked about before, was ranked 8th at 170. He'll be taking on Sam O'Connor. Sam O'Connor is one of our seniors in our lineup. Sam's a great glue guy, a good leader, vocal leader, a National Honor Society kid, smart wrestler, taking on one of their better wrestlers from Prior Lake. See if he can go the whole distance against a tough kid from Prior Lake. Another deep shot. He bails out, gives up the 2. Wisely bails out on that deep shot. He's got an armbar nice and tight.
That's tight.
See if he can hang tough here.
He's got to keep his head up.
Get that shoulder down if he possibly can.
Oof.
He's grinding on that right shoulder pretty darn hard at this with this armbar in. Edwards trying to cut that corner and walk around that head. With about a minute and 15 seconds, that looks awfully tight, and he does get the pin just like that. And just like that as well, it is 25-24 in favor of Prior Lake. This is what we talked about. Getting those bonus points is huge. All right, we're now at 195. It looks like Hastings is going to throw out Dylan Bartz. I don't know who this is for Prior Lake. I'm guessing it's going to be Ian Sagi. We'll see what happens when they go to the scores table. Dylan Bartz is a tough, gritty kid. He gives you everything he has. He's a junior. And if this is Ian Sagi, who I think it is, he's a senior. And I think, Coach, what you need on your team are some of those battle-tested guys that you can throw out there in a situation like this. Yes. And I think both of these guys are. Okay, my bad on Owen Dotseth is who they're going to throw out at 195. He's also a junior, just like Dylan Bartz.
This will be a good match here.
Yeah, so it looks like they're going to be bumping up their state-ranked guy, Billy Trees. It looks like they're going to be bumping him up to 220, which will be good because we got some good 220-pounders as well. So this will be a good battle. This could be a crucial match, though, in the match score. Both guys feeling each other out a minute into the match, making no attempts at any shots. Nice high crotch. Beautiful by Owen. Gets the early takedown to take a 2-0 lead. Going spiral right on top here. Bart sits out, tries to turn away.
Looking for that switch here.
Little sit out, turn away here with 30 seconds left. Nothing happening. It's still 2-0. The early lead for Prior Lake. Strong crossface here. Bart's strongly controls the tie, brings it around his head. Clears out, gets the one
Pops up.
with 7 seconds left. After one, Dotseth has a 2-1 lead. Again, we talked about the importance of this match. This might dictate how things happen in the next two. Prior Lake defers after one. Bart's is going down for the Raiders.
And one of our few upperclassmen on our team. It's nice to see Dylan up on this varsity match.
Yeah, and we coached Dylan at the middle school. He didn't start wrestling until 7th grade.
Yeah.
He's just a great kid. One of those kids that I'm glad he is part of the program because he's a guy that will pay dividends in the long run. Oh, geez, Dotseth gets a tight
half.
Half Nelson on Bart. Looking for a fall potentially here. Bart has to fight off his back. Slide that arm through if he can. Got it nice and tight. Bart's looking to work through.
We're at 1:35 here to wait. He's got to keep fighting.
Just like that, it is a pin for Prior Lake. All right, so it is 31-24.
2 weights left.
2 weights left. We know that the state-ranked Billy Trees for Prior Lake is probably going to be going next. Hastings is going to send out sophomore Austin LaFleur, which might seem like a lopsided match, but you and I both know Austin. He is a tough, tough kid. I don't count him out in any match. We've seen him wrestle against some state-ranked kids and battle like crazy. So we'll see how this one plays out. Again, we have sophomore Austin LaFleur going against the senior Billy Trees. Giving up some weight against Austin. Austin's a physical, strong kid. And if the name LaFleur sounds familiar, he's got 2 older brothers that wrestle for the Raiders as well. It's a good challenge for Austin to kind of put his stamp on the season. He's had to wrestle some state-ranked kids that are absolute horses. One that comes to mind, he wrestled Bennett Tabor, the University of Minnesota recruit early in the year. Actually took him down to start off the match.
Hey, he's not afraid to go up against the big horses.
No, and Austin is a physical kid. He doesn't back down from anyone. 40 seconds into the match, it's still a 0-0 match. Kind of a half shot attempt by LaFleur. Wisely clears out. Both guys kind of feeling each other out here, not really willing to take an attempt that's going to put them in a harmful position. Trees in a front headlock position. This is not a good position to be in for Austin. Wisely comes up to his feet, got to control that wrist. Trees still in that front headlock position, looking to score. Gets to that far ankle, nothing yet. Oh. It's got that leg though.
They both
kind
got
of
a leg to his.
shot.
Oh, here it
LaFleur
is.
snatches it up. Gets that takedown. What a scramble by
Beautiful.
Austin LaFleur with 35 seconds left. That was slick.
And that was power. That was power there.
And, you know, that's a size difference potentially too,
Yep.
right?
And now you're going to put that whole body, you know, between 195 and 220. That is a big size difference, and you just make them carry your weight here.
Yeah. We get 20 seconds left in this period.
Go for that cradle here. There we go.
Good ride by Austin LaFleur, holding him down here. And like you said, make him feel your weight, right? Mm-hmm. He's probably got a good 20 pounds on Trees, so we'll see if that plays a factor maybe later in the match as well.
Yeah. Between that extra weight and the physicality of Austin.
Absolutely. After one, it is 2-0 Austin LaFleur. Maybe much to the surprise of Prior Lake. I don't know if they expected to go this way. All right, Prior Lake chooses down after Hastings defers. Still 2-0 Hastings. One thing I will say is I've seen Prior Lake's results. They've thrown Trees a lot at different weight classes, so it's not the first time he's wrestled 220. And if you're a senior that's ranked in state, you're used to going against good kids. Ooh, kind of a scramble position here. LaFleur wisely scrambles out, doesn't give anything up. No change at all. They go out of bounds. It's still 2-0. LaFleur is still on top here.
It's scrambles like those that get your heart going, huh, Coach?
Yeah, I don't like that. Already losing enough hair.
It's a good thing you're wearing a hat. So
Yeah, that's right. And that's 9 seconds in the period already. I don't like that.
we got a caution here.
Yeah, we've seen Hastings a couple times not covering the belly button, and that's where the hand position has to be. If it's deeper than that, they'll call you on a caution.
But they can give up a couple of cautions there to start.
Yep. A little restart action. Trees quickly to his feet. Tries to do a mat return near the edge of the mat. Front trip. Ooh, nice little switch there. Flay should let go of the leg there.
He's battling here.
Edge.
He's battling.
Nothing yet.
Come up to his knees, keep that
wow,
leg.
how does he hold on to that leg? That's impressive.
I don't know.
Gives him the 1. Lost of control. Back to their feet. It's 2-1.
But in that situation, a 1 coming out of there is
absolutely
is really good.
Give up 1, not 2. It's 2-1 on their feet. About 30 seconds in the period. Minute and a half to go. LaFleur still with the early lead. About halfway through the match right now. So, Coach Sheeman, if it's let's say we go into the third period. Ooh, geez, tight position there. Trees gets the takedown. Kind of a funky neck wrench position.
I know the question you're going to ask, and let's see how Austin is about him here, if he can get one.
Kind of goes crossbody ride here, looking to potentially look for a turn here. Might be content just riding him out here, but I think that these next 45 seconds will dictate a lot of what Hastings chooses to do going in that third period. 40 seconds left in the period. It is still 3-2. Billy Trees got the lead with the takedown over LaFleur. Lets him up.
Huge.
It's now 3-3.
He had that nice quad pod, and it didn't look like Trees had any other option other than let him up.
Smartly clears out of that front headlock position. 25 seconds left in the period.
I'm looking at, Austin. I was about to say, I'm looking to go into this third period if it was tied 3-3.
10 seconds left in the period. LaFleur looking to suck in that shot, not give up anything. Trees looking to go around the corner. Doesn't look like either guy is making any position.
Yep.
Ooh, although he tries
Just
to cut in the corner.
Give it to him.
3 seconds left. All right, Coach, where are you going into this third period?
I'm going down.
All right, let's see what happens.
We've already gotten away. You know, if it's a 3-3 match here for Austin, he's got to feel pretty good about himself right now.
Yep, it's 3-3 going to the third. Hastings wisely chooses down going to the third. If they win this match, we know that Cameron Olson looms. Cameron Olson is a very solid heavyweight. In my opinion, should be ranked in state. He's beaten several ranked guys at 220.
Yep.
I know that Prior Lake has Owusu, who's a 10th grader, who I know qualified for the 9th grade state meet last year, but we're talking about a senior physical solid kid who's been in big matches before. So if Hastings can pull off this match, which again it's tied right now, you have to like your chances going into heavyweight.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. This will be an interesting 2 minutes, and a lot of this will dictate the entire match. We'll see what happens.
You see on the match here on the side that Luke Rao was just talking to Austin about his high C. You know, being able to pop that elbow out. And Austin he's an athletic 220-pounder.
Yeah. He wrestles like a midweight for 220.
Yeah.
All right, he's going down here.
Watch for him to quad pot up again and try to get that escape.
Right on cue, Coach. Quad pod tries to come up. Still riding that spiral ride. He's got to peel off those wrists in order to get up. Quad pod yet again. Nothing yet. 20 seconds in. Wisely lets him go. Bad shot. Go behind. That's huge.
That puts us up by 3, Coach.
6-3. He can give up 1 or even a reversal here, and he'd still be in good shape.
That's a lot of weight to try to pop up on.
If you're the coach here, I would not be having him ride legs.
No. But if we can just break him down, again, we've talked about this before, stop that first move.
And neither guy has been warned for stalling in this match yet either. So even if he was to get dinged for stalling, you'd still be in good shape. It is 6-3 with 1 minute and 22 seconds. LaFleur's got to wrestle smart here. Not necessarily look for a turn, not necessarily look for anything big, just wrestle tough. Okay, so he threw in a leg from the feet. They're called potentially dangerous.
Yep. I think if he does this again, he might be hit for stalling.
Yeah, he's got to look for a breakdown off the whistle.
Yep. Watch this. Watch the sit out here.
I'm impressed with Trees right off the whistle how fast he gets up, especially with the size difference. He
Yep.
comes up to his feet right away. Ooh, nothing yet. They're going to give him the one in a second as soon as they come up to their feet. There it is. It is now a 6-4 match with a minute left.
And Austin has been able to take him down twice. You know, and Trees has taken him down once. This will be interesting to see with a minute left.
Not a good position to be in. You got to clear out of this front head.
Yep, post that
Control
hand
that
to the
wrist.
ground. He's got that low ankle.
It's deep on a shot. Nothing yet. He's deep on that shot, though.
Yep, work for that stalemate. Get your hips back here, Austin.
Not a good position to be in.
45 seconds left. You got to bail, got to bail.
There it is, 6-6 with 40 seconds left. Austin needs to get an escape. Comes up to his feet. Uh-oh, dangerous position to be in. Kind of rolls through from that scramble position. Transitions to a double.
Can he scoot
Nothing
that?
yet.
Can
Still
he scoot
6-6,
that right
30
hand over?
seconds left.
This is huge.
Still got a single. Kind of a
Gets
crack
him
back
down.
position. Can he hop over? Can he hop over and get this reversal?
He needs to get that right arm along that waist.
He
That'd be
can scoot
huge.
that. There it is.
Two.
Reversal.
With 15
With
seconds
15
left.
seconds left.
Now just sit here on those wrists. Sit here on those wrists. Do nothing else.
9 seconds left. Keep him on the mat. Out of bounds. Now, 5 seconds left. You can give up one, not two. Got to wrestle smart here if you're LaFleur.
I'm standing up here, Coach. This is getting my heart going. How do you think the LaFlays are feeling right now?
Oh, my God. All right, 5 seconds left. Back in referee's position. Looks for the switch.
Follow, 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 follow.
Gives up the reversal. At the buzzer, we are going to overtime. Go figure. All right, let's see if he can refocus here. It is 8-8. It's overtime. First takedown wins.
That was a gutsy switch.
That was a nice switch. I'll give him credit for that. And, boy, that's what you need your senior to do here.
Yes.
Kind of a straight-on shot. Goes headlock. Oh.
Right to his back here.
Boy, what a turn of events right there. Gutsy performance by Trees here to pull out this win. He's got the win locked. Now he's looking for potentially the pin.
Well, what this does with this win is it gives the
Okay, interesting call here. So they called. Interesting.
Oh, I didn't hear
Change
that.
of events. So to try to explain this here, they called flagrant misconduct against Prior Lake. What a change of events. I don't know if it was in the headlock, if there was something that was being done where he potentially had an illegal hold.
Wow.
Or if he was saying something to him. Either way, the referee found that whatever happened in that match at the end, that it was illegal enough to disqualify him from the match. So we went from an overtime match, which should have been a Prior Lake win in that position, to essentially giving Hastings the victory. And I'll give Austin credit.
By 6.
He gave not only that, but then all Cameron has to do, Cameron Olsen in this match, is win, and Hastings wins the duel. I don't 100% know what happened with the disqualification, though. And I'd like to get some clarification. Of course, we're up here and we can't really hear or see exactly what's going on down there.
Yeah, we'll try to figure this one out.
I give credit for Austin LaFleur for keeping his head in that situation, though, because in a situation like that, you've just lost a match. You could have easily lost your cool.
Yep, absolutely.
It's unfortunate because Trees wrestled a heck of a match. Wow, did he come back? I give him a lot of credit. And what a fun duel this has been. All right, so with that, I don't think anything's going to change. We're going to heavyweight. We have senior Cameron Olsen for Hastings going against Martin Owusu. We talked about it a little bit before. Owusu's a sophomore. Looks like a big, strong kid. Cameron, in his own right, strong kid. He is one of our best linemen on our football team, a kid who's really hit the weight room hard in the last couple of years, and you can see it. Kind of coming back from a little bit of a shoulder injury. Hasn't wrestled in a couple of weeks, but has won some big matches for the Raiders in the past few years. He's been on varsity since he was a sophomore. Kind of a cool story for him, for us to tell. We coached him in middle school. As a 5th grader, I think he had 2 wins.
Yeah.
And so for him to go from being basically a new wrestler as a 5th grader, getting his butt kicked almost every single match, to this stage where you have the chance to ice a duel against a quality team like Prior Lake, it's quite the change of events in the past.
Absolutely,
4 or 5 years.
Even last year, with that state entrant. You know,
Yeah, big wins against teams like Woodbury and
Yep.
absolutely.
This isn't the first time he's been in this situation.
Nope.
Which is nice to have a senior, you know, hold down that heavyweight spot.
Kind of your closer,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Absolutely. I would still like to get clarification on that 220 match. I'd like to know what happened.
Yep, they're still discussing it here, but again, this referee has been around the block. He knows what's flagrant and what's not.
Yeah. Boy, didn't we call it though? We said this is going to be a close duel.
31-30.
Fit the bill.
31-30 going into heavyweight.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it had to end like that.
Yes.
No matter what side you're rooting for, because you don't want to ever have a match end like that, especially for a senior like Trees. But with that being said, it's a life lesson, right?
Yep. And you know, it might help out Austin too. You know, he gets that win, but at the same time, now he can learn from that last. It was less than 5 seconds,
Yeah.
Coach. And,
Yeah.
and that switch, gutsy switch.
But give up the one in that situation. Let
Yes.
him go, right?
Yep.
Because you can give up the one, you still have the lead by one in that situation. So just let him go.
Yeah, but that might be, you know, the difference of a sophomore at that 220 weight.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like you mentioned earlier, 152. That's a man's weight. Well, another 60 pounds, 70 pounds. They're getting bigger.
And you got a glimpse of the athleticism that Austin LaFleur really showed out there to go against a state-ranked kid. Now, interesting, they're looking at his hand. I'm wondering if there was something done to his finger, where they were bending a finger.
Yeah, they're talking to Austin here on the side.
Oh, maybe he was biting his finger.
Oh, that would have been.
I've only seen that happen one time in a high school wrestling match where a kid got bit and disqualified, and it actually happened at a section tournament.
Oh, that's a tough way.
Yeah, it was my junior year of high school. In my bracket, I saw a kid get bit in the leg and get disqualified for a true second match going to state.
Really?
Yes. So
Wow.
it has. I've seen it happen. Pretty rare. Who knows? And you know, here's the other thing too. Let's just say you're fighting off your back in a headlock position. Who knows? Maybe Austin had his hand near his face trying to defend it.
And he did. He was.
And
That's
so-
kind of one of those positions, and
Whether or not he bit his finger or not, who knows? But boy, that's unfortunate because you don't want to see a match end like that. All right, back to the action here. We have again Martin Owusu for Prior Lake, a sophomore, going against a senior, Cameron Olson.
still talking at the head table. With such a big thing happening at such a late weight, you know,
Yeah.
it's you want to make sure that the call is right, and the Prior Lake coaches here are just they want to confirm that.
And I will say this for our Prior Lake viewers too. There's a lot of respect for Prior Lake and the way they
Absolutely.
do things. So I don't think that anyone thinks that they're a dirty program.
Nope.
I know since I've been coaching here for the last 12, 13 years, there's been some great battles between the two programs, and there's the utmost respect for the way they do things. So I don't think that there's any bad feelings or any kind of stigma with the way things ended there. But let's get back to the action. I think we're all waiting for this heavyweight match. It's all kind of looming.
Yeah, you know, as a wrestler here, we're looking at that score there, maybe double checking because they did take 3 points off that scoreboard. Now it's 30-28. I'd be interested to see what's going on here down at the head table.
Yeah. Was there a point deducted from the coaches' discussion as well? I'm a little unclear about what happened.
But that's 3.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
just one.
either way, whoever wins this match is going to win the duel. Here we go.
Interesting.
Owusu has a serious size advantage on Cameron here. You can definitely tell the difference in size, but that means nothing. Quickly to an underhook, Owusu on the right side. Trying to get to a whip over. No points yet, out of bounds. Back to the middle.
No, that was a long break for 2 wrestlers sitting in the circle.
Yeah.
And you know, you wonder if that has, because that's got a toll on people.
Yeah, for sure. You got to keep your body warm, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, back at the action. Owusu controlling that wrist, trying to keep that match close. Olsen kind of getting to that front headlock position, in on a shot. Owusu trying to keep him on the mat, trying to extend him, bumps him side, extends those arms.
He's going to come. Is he going to keep
Kinda
that
walking,
wrist?
keeps that elbow high. He's got the head scooped. Gets the takedown. Keeps the arm trap. The quick two by Cameron. With a minute left, he's got that arm trap.
He's going right to that
right
bar.
To that arm bar. Keep him on the mat here. Big steps walking around that head, looking for that turn.
Get that shoulder through the ear. That's those big steps.
There it
big
is.
Step. Get that other knee on top.
Him.
Come on top. Ooh.
Nothing. Good roll through by Owusu.
Yep.
What a battle at. It's
that,
a strong physical senior.
It was that far wrist. He just didn't keep that far wrist.
Pretty hard to turn a guy with just a straight arm bar without a wrist.
Absolutely.
45 seconds left. Still 2-0 Cameron Olson.
We're back. Ah.
He didn't get the escape there.
Keep that.
Chops that arm in, flattens him out. Looks for that cross face here.
And again, Cameron, he's a strong kid. Even though he's given up some weight here at heavyweight, he can battle with these guys.
For sure. Yeah, we don't really have a true heavyweight on this roster. No. We have a lot of, 195, 220 guys, but no real true heavyweight that's kind of pushing that 285 limit. All right, Cameron to a crossface here. Goes to a power half. He's coming up, though. It's pretty hard to turn him when he's working up to his feet. Still got the power half, about 10 seconds left. And that's how the first period will end. It's 2-0. Cameron Olson after one period. Okay. Prior Lake's choice, they defer. Hastings is going down. Boy, this Owusu looks like a big, strong sophomore, though. I think he's going to be a tough kid in the next couple of years. They'll coach him up, that's for sure.
Yes, yep. He's got that bar
Breaks
on that
him
far
down
side.
flat.
Give it up.
Got a kind of a half cross face, not all the way to that far bicep. Goes back to the cross face.
The Raiders have been great on bottom so far in this duel. Let's see if that can continue here with Cameron.
Switches to a power half now, trying to grind on that other side. Back to a crossface. Wisely brings that wrist across the head. Still got a power half, although the shoulder's down. About a minute and 10 seconds left. Olson still leading 2-0 here. Owusu riding tough, though. Cameron gets warned for stalling.
He's got to keep coming up here.
Tries to step over. I don't know if that's a good position to
roll.
be in.
Was he trying to roll there, Coach?
I don't know. Give Owusu credit. He's a strong kid, and he's riding tough.
50 seconds.
Cameron's already been warned for stalling. Oh, they warn Prior Lake for... What's the call here?
They gave him 1 point here?
I'm not sure why they gave him a penalty point here. Could have been an illegal crossface. I couldn't really see it from this angle. Either way, the score is 3-0. Yep. 50 seconds left. Cameron Olson has been warned for stalling here, which, again, if you're Prior Lake, you have to feel good that you're keeping the match this close. You've gotten the guy warned for stalling. You've been riding tough on top.
Yeah.
We're back at action here. 50 seconds left in the second period. Here we go. And again, whoever wins this match will win the duel.
He's coming up beautiful.
Comes up to his feet,
Steps
hand control,
up, gets
turns,
that
faces. Gets the one, maybe a two.
Did he give him the two because his foot's in? Oh.
Okay, they gave him the one, no takedown. That's okay.
Hey, that
back
one
on our
was
feet.
big.
4-0.
Yeah, now we're up by 4. And Cameron was strong on the feet at the start of this. He got that takedown.
Yep.
Let's see if we can not get be conservative here a little bit. Snapping on that head. Working for your
This is not
openings.
the time to try to do a 5-point throw when the match is on the line. 30 seconds left in the period. Still 4-0 Cameron Olson. Neither guy really attempting a lot of pushing, pulling, banging on that head. Very typical big man match, right?
Yep. But watch for these slide-bys here that Cameron can.
Cameron circles back on, which is a smart move after you've been warned for stalling. He's got to keep the pressure forward and circle back on.
Oh,
6 seconds left.
Owusu looks like he wants to snap that, get him into a front head here.
All right, period 2 will end 4-0. It is Owusu's choice.
He's going back on top.
Okay, he's looking for a turn. He got somewhat close with some of those arm bars and power halves.
With the team score 30-28, you mentioned it already.
Yeah.
This comes down, third period, 2 minutes left. We have a senior on the mat.
You got to feel good about
I do like where
the
we're
chances.
at.
However, Owusu has been grinding on him on top, so this will be interesting. Goes back to that head lever. Back up 2-on-1 on top here. He's grinding on top, looking for a turn. He's got to look for a turn because they need him for the win.
Yep.
Goes back to a crossface. Cameron wisely controls 2-on-1. He's got to do something with it, though, otherwise he'll get called for stalling yet again.
And Owusu's looking for a pin. He can't just turn him here because
Traps that ankle off.
With being up by 4, that helps you out.
Neither
Minute 20 left.
guy really trying to really improve their position right now, although Owusu's got a crossface. 75 seconds left in the match.
Looks like he's going to get dinged if he doesn't come up here close or get up here soon.
Down to 1 minute in the match.
There it is.
Cameron Olson gives up a point. Second stall call of the match. It's now 4-1. Owusu's on the board. He's got to get a turn, though, now.
And that turn, if you can turn him, that does tie up the match if you can get all.
For sure.
Get the full count.
45 seconds left.
Yeah, both teams on their feet here.
Yep. Neither guy really looking to really improve their position a ton. Owusu's grinding on that crossface quite a bit.
Yeah. He's got that butcher that he's trying.
Okay, blood time, another hard crossface. 30 seconds left in the match. It's 4-1. Coach, if you're Hastings and you're talking to Cameron in the corner, what do you tell him right now?
You got to control the wrist. You got to control wrists, and I'd be trying to post a wrist onto the mat and maybe even quad pod up.
You wonder if Coach Block will tell him to cut him and look for something big on their feet at this point. You haven't been able to turn them. Even with another stall call, that's not going to make a difference in the actual score. Do you look to go to their feet if you're Coach Block and look for a big throw?
Yeah, the other thing that you could do is optional start, because it looks like Owusu likes that front head position.
Yeah.
You know, do they hit the optional start and try to come out front and maybe hit a move from there?
Yeah, and he looks like he's pretty fresh and got
Yep.
a lot of energy. Who knows? I mean, Cameron's kind of grinding. He hasn't been on the mat for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and it looks like he might be favoring that shoulder a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. This will be an interesting decision by both parts here, what they tell their wrestlers. 30 seconds left. Again, we know that the winner of this match is the one whose team ultimately wins the dual meet.
You know, and these two they're two well-coached teams, so they know these positions. They've been here before, and look, they're working on that half Nelson on that left side.
Yep.
Still working on that blood time here for Cameron.
All right, 30 seconds left in the match. Coach Block kind of go over Prior Lake coaches go over some instructions with their heavyweight, talking about, hey, when you have that power half, where do you put your elbow? Where do you put your hand position to optimize that strength on that power half? Coach is talking to Cameron, making sure he's okay. It looks like he's not feeling the greatest either. All right, they're going to cut injury and blood time. He's back in it.
And as they were sitting there talking, there's Coach Trembath that's giving him those last few words of encouragement, telling him he can do it.
Yep.
And
here we go, 30 seconds. Good breakdown again by Owusu right off the top. We're going back to that power half. They just talked to him about it. No
Cameron's
success, though.
just got to keep coming up to his knees.
Feet.
Yep. Keep
Comes
coming
back
up to
to
those
it.
knees.
Goes back to that power half. He's almost got a
He's
turn.
got to keep that arm down here. 10 seconds left. Don't go.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow, what a
Wow.
recovery by Cameron.
Wow.
Wow, just like that, it looks like the match is going to end in favor of Cameron Olson. What a gritty performance.
Yeah, that was
by
all
both
hard at
wrestlers.
the end.
Absolutely. Match ends 4-1. Hastings will take the duel in a really tight battle.
And I think that, Owusu, he had that half on tight. I think he's got a good future here as a 10th grader at heavyweight. Holy
Absolutely.
cow.
Boy, you saw a lot of good young wrestlers out there on the mat today for both Hastings and Prior Lake. What a great duel. duel. We knew that it was going to be close coming into the match.
Yep.
A lot of swing matches that went back and forth. We knew bonus points were going to be close as well. A credit to both teams. I mean, resilient, fighting back from some weird situations there.
Yeah.
But I expect these two teams to be in the hunt in the next couple of years because they got some tough wrestlers.
Yeah, absolutely. There were so many matches there. Skylar had that big pin. You know, it was right away. She flattened him out right on the back once she turned him, pinned him. The 220. How can you go into that 220 match without talking about that swing?
Hey, we want to thank our fans for tuning on to Hastings television here today, HCTV, and for Prior Lake fans as well for coming on and watching. Special thanks to Coach Heeman next to me. I'm Kyle Kreiser. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. And special credits to Hunter Pinky, Ben Moen, and Kurt Radke for making this possible. What a fun day of wrestling. We look forward to watching both teams compete in the future. Have a great day, wrestling fans.